I was just thinking the other day that you guys are becoming such experts about what you've been reading. It's almost like you've become teachers. You know, like we've been doing all this talking about how, you know, there's teachers in our lives, like our teachers in real life, our teachers in school, and our parents and our siblings and our coaches are all these such great teachers. And now we're reading all these nonfiction books, and the nonfiction books are becoming like our teachers. And I feel like now you are becoming, you're experts on these different topics, and it's kind of like you guys are teachers. Isn't that crazy? So I was thinking, I was trying to think of something that I could teach you to help you teach each other, and then I thought, whoa, well, I'm a teacher. Maybe I could give you some tips on how you can teach each other all the really cool things you're learning. And so I started thinking about what are some of the things that good teachers do. And I kind of came up with some tips. So I thought maybe I'd teach you those. And I just wrote up here to help us. We're becoming experts on so many topics, and we can teach each other better. We can teach each other what we're learning a little bit better by doing a couple things. And the things I'm going to be teaching you today are that you can teach your partner and anyone what you're learning by using kind of like an explaining voice, kind of like a teacher voice. You can use gestures like hand gestures or facial expressions or body gestures, I don't know. And also, you can teach better, you can teach each other better by pointing to illustrations or charts or something. So I'm just going to use our read aloud right now. I'm just going to read a section, and then I'm going to show you how by using an explaining voice, like a teacher voice, gestures and illustrations, I'm going to show you how I can teach you or teach your partners. As I'm teaching you, I'm going to try to remember to use kind of like an explaining voice, like a teacher voice, gestures, and I'm going to try to point to some illustrations so I can really make it clear. Okay, you ready to see me do that? Okay, this is really going to help you when you are teaching your partners. Okay. Hi. Can I teach you guys what a frog is? Yes. Okay. Well, a frog actually looks a lot like a toad, but it actually has slimy skin. Like right here, you can see it's slimy, like really wet and slimy. What else can I tell you about our frog? Oh, frogs actually, they have teeth, like on their upper jaw, but they're not like humans. They don't like chew up their food, like They don't chew their food. They just use their teeth just to hold on to what they're going to eat. They just use it to hold. They don't actually chew up their food. Oh, and toads don't have teeth at all. What else can I teach you about a frog? Frogs they have these really long and powerful legs. They're long, and they have joints at 4 different parts. There's joints at their hips, like right here. They have joints at their knees, kind of like humans, right? We have joints here that make us move, joints here, and they have 2 joints at their feet. And that allows them to like hop like really far distances, like really far, like from tree branch to tree branch. And they also have like these little suckers at the end of their toes so that they can latch onto things. Okay, so did you guys see how I did that? Yep. Okay, so I learned all this information, and then when I taught it to you, like I'm teaching my partner, I tried to use like an explaining voice, like a teacher voice. I tried to use gestures with my hands and my body and my face even, and I tried pointing to different things to help you out. Don't you feel like that was like, those are some good tips so that when you are becoming experts, you can then teach people using some of these? Okay, I'm going to have you try it right now. I'm going to choose another section of our book. You're going to try this out right now. I'm going to choose a section that we've already heard before. How about this chapter called Yummy Frog Food? Okay, I'm going to read this to you. You're going to read along with your partner, and then you are going to teach each other what you've learned. Okay? Yummy frog food. Frogs and toads eat worms, snails, and insects, such as mosquitoes and dragonflies. They do not need to drink. They take in water through their skin. Many frogs and toads have a long, sticky tongue for catching food. The tongue is attached at the front of the mouth. Ooh, I'm thinking of some really good gestures you could use to teach that, huh? It stays rolled up until it is needed. When an insect buzzes by, the tongue quickly shoots out, catches the insect, and pulls it into the mouth. Frogs and toads have great aim. Together, I want you to teach each other what you just learned, using explaining voices, gestures, and maybe even pointing to some illustrations. Okay? Go ahead, teach each other.
Did you know that? Well, hello everybody. Do you want to learn about frogs and toads? Okay, so the first thing that you need to know is that many frogs and toads have tongues attached to the front of their mouth. And like this.
Can you show me how it comes out?
It comes out by sticking its tongue out so that it can catch the food and then swallow. It doesn't need to chew or anything.
Nice. Nice gestures. When an insect buzzes by, the tongue quickly shoots out, catches the insect, and pulls it into the mouth. Oh my gosh, you guys were teaching each other, and I saw hands all over the place using gestures. I was listening in to Zaid and his partners talking, and Zaid was even trying to teach his partners about the frog's tongue, and he was actually pulling his lip out and like almost like tracing what the tongue would look like. What a good gesture. That's using gestures to help teach. And when you almost draw a picture or point to a picture or act it out, it is so much more, it helps you just teach really well and people really understand what you're teaching. So in the future, anytime you are teaching someone these things that you're becoming experts on, please remember, when you're teaching someone, it helps them to understand. If you use kind of like an explaining voice, like a teacher voice, if you use gestures, hand or body, and even pointing to illustrations or something can help them understand.